Shocking news. Dakota announces she is pregnant with Sam Heughan's child. Dakota Johnson stepped out of the mansion she and Chris Martin shared, her heart heavy. It was a balmy April evening in Malibu, as the setting sun sank into the ocean, creating a romantic scene, but also a boundary between the past and the future. Dakota bowed her head to look out at the ocean, where the gentle breeze caressed her hair and reminded her of the peaceful days with Chris. She knew that the breakup was necessary for both of them to find themselves again. They had been together for a long time, long enough to have beautiful memories, long enough to have irreconcilable differences. Their conversation was silent at first. Chris said softly, "Dakota, I always cherished what we had. But over time, I felt like we were growing apart, and that we were no longer the best versions of ourselves." Dakota nodded, her eyes filled with tears, but she felt relieved. She felt that this was the moment to let go and open up to something new. "You deserve to find someone you can share everything with, and so do I," she said, her voice trembling but determined. "Thank you for being such a wonderful chapter in my life." Chris hugged Dakota gently, and they fell silent in each other's arms before parting ways. Dakota's heart was partly empty, but hers was also open to something else. A new fire begins. Just a few weeks later, Dakota attended an art party in New York. She felt the need for a change of scenery, to find herself again after all the turmoil. There, she ran into Sam Heughan, the Scottish star best known for his role as Jamie Fraser in the series Outlander. Sam was calm, charming, and warm. The two quickly chatted, sharing about art, music, and everyday life. Dakota found it interesting that, though they came from different worlds, she an American actress, he a Scottish actor, they had so much in common: a love of the ocean, a love of travel, an appreciation for simplicity and authenticity. The party ended. Sam offered to take Dakota back to her hotel. That night, they walked through Central Park under the warm yellow lights, talking for hours. Dakota found herself smiling genuinely for the first time in days. A feeling of lightness and peace washed over her. Acknowledging her feelings, Dakota and Sam saw each other more often in the days that followed, walking in the park, going out to dinner, even Sam going to a movie premiere of Dakota's in Manhattan. With each additional encounter, Dakota found herself loving the gentle care, the warm simplicity, the uncomplicated connection, just genuine and gentle. She began to wonder, was it too soon to open up after Chris? But whenever she was with Sam, she felt safe, truly herself. Sam was in no rush. He was calm, listened, shared, and respected her personal space. A slight fever, one sudden, made Dakota decide to go for a medical checkup, even though she had no serious symptoms. The results shocked her. She was pregnant, for several weeks, the secret in her heart. On a clear morning, as she sipped coffee and looked out at the bustling city, the news seeped into Dakota's mind. She was about to become a mother, to a man she had only met a few weeks ago, Sam Heughan. Her emotions were a tidal wave: happiness, panic, confusion, but mostly, hope. She knew she and Sam had a real connection, but were either of them ready for something so big? Dakota thought hard. She needed to talk to Sam before making it public. But then, the mental barrier made her delay. Though vaguely curious about Sam's reaction, she couldn't bring herself to speak first. She spent days choosing the moment, the opening words: meeting in a small bookstore. Finally, Dakota texted Sam, "Can I meet you today? Just the two of us somewhere quiet." Sam agreed. He chose a small bookstore outside Manhattan, a quiet place, with just the right amount of light, the faint smell of books and coffee. A space that made it easy to reveal oneself. Dakota arrived, his eyes somewhat confused but full of determination. They sat down at the used book counter. Sam smiled and asked, "Dakota, are you okay? You haven't been in touch lately and you seem to need to share something." Dakota took a deep breath. "Sam, there's something important I want to tell you. And it's pretty big." Sam nodded reassuringly. She continued, "I just broke up with Chris. And I just found out I'm pregnant, a few weeks." "You're the father." Sam froze for a moment. He looked at Dakota intently, then sighed softly. "Are you serious?" he asked softly. She nodded vigorously. "I was scared, but I also felt the need to tell you." Sam sat still, then gently tugged at her hand. "Dakota, this news is so unexpected. But I don't want to be the one rushing all the time. I want to get to know you better. The important thing I'm asking is, can I be with you and our baby?" Tears welled up in Dakota's eyes, not just from worry, but from the genuine warmth in Sam's words. The journey begins. Outside the bookstore window, golden afternoon light filtered through the shelves. Dakota and Sam held hands. No words needed to be said. They knew there would be challenges ahead: public attention, career pressures, balancing a new relationship, caring for a baby, but they also knew there was enough respect and affection to keep them going. They decided to keep it a secret until Dakota entered her second trimester, to stabilize her mind and health. The couple prepared for a journey that neither of them had ever experienced before, but believed that with their unity, they would make it through. The news broke. When Dakota was 16 weeks pregnant, they confidently announced it to their family and close friends. Chris's family, despite their separation, graciously wished her well. Chris sent a brief message: "Congratulations, Dakota. Hope you and the baby are doing well." Sam shared the good news with his family in Scotland via video call. Tears welled up when his parents heard the news of a grandchild. A few days later, the press discovered the story. The information leaked and spread throughout the entertainment press. At the same time, Dakota and Sam decided to appear in a short video posted on social media. They held hands. Dakota placed a hand on her belly, a gentle but confident smile. Dakota said, "This is a new chapter in our lives. A little family is coming. Support and hardships." The public reaction was mostly surprise, shock, but not without blessings. Some were curious: is Sam ready? How will Dakota continue acting? But most felt the sincerity of the news, felt the relationship was gentle and warm, not dramatic. Dakota started practicing yoga for pregnant women. Sam joined. They attended prenatal consultations, chose doctors. Dakota still starred in an indie film, with health-friendly adjustments. Sam flew between the US and Scotland to share the work, but always arranged to be with Dakota at important prenatal appointments. Hearts soaring. The 6th month came. Dakota felt the baby remind her with gentle kicks, making her smile every night. Sam joked that the baby always said hello to Daddy by flexing her lower abdomen, making them both laugh. Every day felt new, precious. They walked along the Venice Beach, California, watching the sunset together. Sam gently placed his hand on Dakota's belly. "We're going to meet the baby soon." Dakota looked at Sam, eyes filled with tears. "Are you ready?" Sam smiled. "If you're ready, I'm ready."